This is 3 News Daily.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Daily on your Monday, October 16th. I'm Stephanie Haney. Thank you for being here with us in Northeast Ohio. We start today with the latest on the conflict in Israel with Hamas, where war has been raging for 9 days now. At this point, Palestinians are crowded into schools and buildings as Gaza remains besieged by Israel. Officials say a lot of people in Gaza are looking for shelter, food, and water, all of which are in short supply there right now. Today, an Israeli ground offensive into Gaza is expected, aimed at eliminating Hamas leadership. Now, up until this point, Israel has been using airstrikes to try to take out Hamas in the area. As of this afternoon, at least 4,000 people have died due to this conflict, and thousands of others have been injured. 3 News spoke with Aaron David Miller, an expert on the Middle East who has advised multiple past presidents on the region. Miller also happens to be from Shaker Heights. He says since the Biden administration has made their support for Israel clear amid this conflict with the Hamas militant group, Miller believes the U.S. will do everything in its power to give Israel the time, space, and support it needs to take down Hamas. But Miller says the U.S. is trying to find balance as this crisis continues.
The administration, on one hand, wants to support Israel. On the other, they have to balance their equities as well. They're concerned about the humanitarian situation, which has already, as a consequence of Hamas's action and Israel's response.
Miller says another one of the U.S.'s multiple priorities includes deterring outside interference in the conflict between Israel and Hamas from other groups like Iran and the Hezbollah militant group. Now, here in Cleveland, 3 teenagers are recovering this afternoon after being shot over the weekend early Sunday morning on Hamlin Avenue in the Slavic Village neighborhood. Police say 2 17-year-old boys and a 17-year-old girl were shot. All 3 were taken to a hospital. We don't have any word on their condition this afternoon, and no other information is available right now. Meanwhile, a 15-year-old was arrested after a shooting near Cleveland Central Catholic High School on Friday left another 15-year-old boy injured. Officials say it happened after school was dismissed on Friday. That boy was also taken to a hospital, and we do not know his condition at this time either. Police do say the boy is still in the hospital, and classes and after-school activities were canceled today at the school. The Diocese of Cleveland also canceled homecoming activities over the weekend as this investigation is ongoing. Now in Parma, calling hours are being held today for longtime Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court Judge Michael Russo. Those will be until about 8 p.m. at Repepi Funeral Home on Pearl Road tonight. His funeral mass will be at St. Adalbert Church in Berea tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. Judge Russo is survived by his wife, Becky, their 4 children, and multiple grandchildren. He had just turned 68 years old. Now today, another 550 Ford employees have been told not to report to work. This is the latest round of layoffs tied to the United Auto Workers strike against the big 3 automakers, with about 2,500 strike-related layoffs so far. The layoffs are mostly in Kentucky, Michigan, and near Cincinnati. Meanwhile, people on the picket lines at the Stellantis plant in Streetsboro spent their weekend out in the rain and cold, but they say there is nothing stopping their message.
It's holding up pretty well, even in this weather. We find a way to make it the best. So we're just sticking together collectively as a unit until we hear words from our president, Sean Fain, that things are going, or time to go back to work.
The first workers to go on strike with the UAW went on strike exactly 31 days ago today. Now, in lighter news, literally, wild winter lights at the Cleveland Metroparks Zoo will be back for its 5th holiday season. This features over 1.5 million lights all across the zoo in holiday-themed areas like the Enchanted Forest and Santa's Workshop. And new this year, there will be 2 musical light shows featuring a 50-foot tree and a show on Waterfowl Lake. The lights go up on November 14th, and those tickets are on sale now. We've got a link to buy them on WKYC.com. All right, now to your gas tank. It's a good time to fill up because gas prices are down all across Northeast Ohio. Gas Buddy reports prices dropped more than 11 cents in the past week in Cleveland, bringing the average to $3.19 per gallon. That's about 44 cents cheaper than last month and 57 cents cheaper than last year. Same situation in Akron. Prices there dropped about 13 cents, bringing the average to $3.02 per gallon. And nationally, gas prices fell about 11 cents as well. That national average is now $3.55 per gallon. Now, Case Western Reserve University is getting national recognition for the 5th year in a row. Case was named the best college or university in Ohio by WalletHub, ranking number 56 overall in national rankings, edging out the Ohio State University by 4 spots. Kenyon College was ranked the 2nd best school in Ohio, and Oberlin College is 3rd best. Factors like student selectivity, cost and financing, and career outcomes were used to rank each school. All right, now let's talk Browns. It is a victory Monday, and one of the best we've seen because the Browns upset the previously unbeaten 49ers with the final score of 19-17. And they did it shorthanded because quarterback Deshaun Watson and also Joel Bitonio were both out during yesterday's game. What a game to watch, though, as the Browns took home a huge win, and it really felt like it could have gone either way right up until the end. Major credit for this win goes to Dustin Hopkins with the go-ahead 29-yard field goal that gave Cleveland the 19-17 lead in the 4th quarter. And that was followed by 49ers kicker Jake Moody missing what would have been the game-winning field goal for the 49ers. The Browns handed San Francisco their first loss of the season. The Browns now improved to 3-2. Getting his first start with the Browns, quarterback P.J. Walker talked about winning a game, which started out with a lot of trash talk with 49ers Deebo Samuel and Browns Juan Thornhill shoving each other, and that escalating into a lot of players getting into it on the sideline before the game even started.
I ain't listening to the outside noise, man. That's just a distraction, and it's all about the guys in this building. At the end of the day, we the ones that got to play for each other. We got to go out there and compete against the other squad. So for us, it's just to go out there and do what we do as a team. Don't worry about what other guys are doing.
Next, the Browns will travel to Indianapolis to take on the Colts on Sunday. That kickoff is set for 1 p.m. All right, that brings us to our question of the day on this Victory Monday. We want to know how you would rate P.J. Walker's performance at quarterback in that upset win over the 49ers. Post your comment to the WKYC Facebook page, and we will talk about it during 3 News at 4 and 3 News at 5. Now, there were definitely some questionable calls made on the field. You know, at the end there, it seemed like he really wanted to win it, get that touchdown. They ended up winning it in the end, though. I think a win is a win is a win. Thank you, P.J. Walker. All right, thank you for being with us for today's edition of 3 News Daily. We'll be back here tomorrow with more of what matters most to you here in Northeast Ohio. Everybody have a great Monday.